Well, we've all talked and talked and talked about it for about a month now, and it's here. The Future Trunks arc begins on Dragon Ball Super. This is Dragon Ball Super episode 47, the first episode of the Future Trunks arc. Mirai kara no esu o esu, kuroki aratana teki arawaru, which translates to SOS from the future. A black new enemy appears. First thing I want to say, okay, the animation, sweet. It really bums me out that those people who did not see Dragon Ball Super and only watched or heard about episode 5 were like, oh man, Super's animation sucks. Not knowing that Toei is now putting a lot of money into this show as of a couple of months ago. Animation in this episode was like a damn near movie-like. Okay, so, I mean, anybody out there, and I know you guys watching this review are not like this, but if you know anybody out there who is still crying about the animation and never saw Super, only saw the little freaking pauses that, you know, the stupid, you know, in-between pauses and clips, and never actually saw the actual series, you need to tell them to chill the fuck out and actually watch the series because it looks incredible now. Also, if you are not subscribed to Geekdom 101, the channel, please be sure to subscribe to the channel so I can keep you up to date with all of the upcoming, you know, information and news on Super, on this arc, and of course, I always will do the weekly reviews of the episodes. Subscribe, and I've got a whole week worth of Trunks content that started last week, so check out the channel if you are new, and because I got tons and tons of videos on Trunks. Let's get to the episode and what actually happened. First things first, this episode had the biggest tonal shift that I've ever experienced in Dragon Ball. Like, back when you watch Dragon Ball into Dragon Ball Z, and you start to see it transition from, like, adventure stories to, like, action, it was a slow transition, right? Like, to, you know, back in the day. This show, this episode 47, felt absolutely nothing like any Dragon Ball Super episode before it. This was the darkest episode in Dragon Ball Super, and I would dare to say one of the darkest episodes in all of Dragon Ball. Like, this was actually maybe even darker than the History of Trunks TV special. Like, it literally was nothing but dark. First observation, during the intro card, like the intro animation, there's a new character who we have never seen before. It looks like a green Kai with white hair. So is that the new villain? Is that the mastermind behind Black? Or who is that character? We don't know. We don't know a fucking thing right now, and I'm glad we don't know anything. This character has not been in any of the promotional material. First time we saw it is here. White hair, green Kai looking thing. I don't even know what to say. Alright, so the episode starts out with Trunks running away from something. This yellow electricity in the sky. There's a shadow thing, and there's really creepy music. Here's the other thing, guys. Sumitomo, for all the slack that he's gotten for having a subpar soundtrack to some, blew it out of the park in this episode. There were 3 to 4 new themes, new musical themes that were just amazing. Dark, you know, atmospheric. So, you know, this yellow electricity shoots beams everywhere. Trunks escapes whatever the fuck it is. He goes to this little factory or whatever, and inside the factory we see Bulma from the future working on something. It's a green vial of Pepsi Blue. I call it Pepsi Blue, but it's actually fuel for the time machine. So those of you who guessed that it was fuel from the time machine, you are a great prognosticator. So, she says it took 1 year to collect enough fuel for a one-way trip back to the past. So, that tells us that this being, this mysterious demonic black being, has been wrecking shit for at least a year. Okay? So, Bulma looks very, very young, by the way. Even though it's future Bulma, she should be older. She looks very young. So does Mai. They both look very, very young. So, Bulma's like, you know, here, take this fuel. You're our last hope. Hurry up. Mai's waiting for you. So whatever. Big explosion. Bulma tells Trunks to hurry the fuck up. Trunks freaks out. The black shadow thing appears inside the place, grabs Bulma by the shirt. We're just going to call it Black because its name so far is Black. Grabs Bulma by the shirt. So yes, it was Bulma in the preview. She's yelling, hurry, 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 go. fires a blast. Trunks ends up outside. Huge explosion. Future Bulma's dead. So those of you who predicted that future Bulma was going to die in this episode, you are a pretty decent prognosticator, yo, because she died. They killed off future Bulma. I didn't think they had the balls to do it because Dragon Ball Super is much more lighthearted than Dragon Ball Z was at its darkest, and now they just got as dark, if not darker. So, Trunks vows to return and save the world. We cut to the present. Goku and Piccolo are, Piccolo's over at Goku's house to train, which is actually harvesting these lettuce patches, right? Picking lettuce really fast. Chi-Chi's over here trying to get Goten to study. Not really anything crazy. Vegeta, this is all in the present. Vegeta's training with Whis. Of course, nowhere close to being at Whis' level. So Vegeta goes SS Blue. He's like, fuck it, I'm going all out on Whis. Attacks Whis. Goku teleports in right away and they clonk heads. Very funny scene. Goku wants to train. And Beerus is like, you have to bring me a souvenir. Goku, when he teleported in, had a patch, a head of lettuce under his arm. So he gives it over to Beerus, and that's good enough for him. So we cut back to the future. Trunks has the vial of fuel and is running away. We see a shot of the world. It's totally fucked. Like, this is way worse than 17 and 18 ever did. The entire world has like a green kind of darkness to it. There's just evil everywhere. Like, buildings are destroyed. It literally feels like Bulma... Well, not anymore, but it feels like Trunks and Mai were the only survivors. You don't see any other people here. It's literally the definition of post-apocalyptic. Like, this is on some legit Days of Futures Past shit. For real. Or do you feel me on that one? If you know what Days of Futures Past is, you know. Again, more news to Sumitomo. So Trunks gets back and meets up with Mai. She knows exactly what happened to Bulma after seeing the vial that Trunks is holding. Trunks, holds it up. He's like, with this, we can go back to the past. And he reveals that now Black has learned to read his ki. So I guess that this being Black is evolving and becoming stronger and better, whatever this creature is. So, cut back to the present. Goku, Vegeta, Beerus, Whis meditating, which I love because I want more interaction. But in fact, the twist is that they're not meditating. They're just waiting for the cop ramen to be hot enough to eat. Awesome. Loved it. Omni King, they talk about the Omni King, right? They have a conversation. Whis says that nobody in this world is stronger than the Omni King. He doesn't fight, but he is the strongest. And they reveal, folks, there's a revelation that there used to be 18 universes, but Omni King got mad one day and destroyed 6 of them. That's awesome. We kind of knew this, though, because Beerus had already said in the past, the Omni King can wipe out all universes in the blink of an eye, so there you go. So Goku wants to take on the fighters from all the universes because he's freaking Goku. He doesn't care. Back to the future. Trunks and Mai, who really appear to be dating, but it's not really stated. They're playing with this cat. I don't think it's the same cat that belonged to Bulma's dad. By the way, one more thing about Pepsi Blue. If you guys remember Pepsi Blue, leave a comment down below because I thought Pepsi Blue was really tasty. The actual drink Pepsi Blue. If you disagree with me, let me know down below. If you remember it, let me know as well. Anyways, so... the future is so bad, they don't even have food. They're eating dog food and cat food. Like, seriously. So, Mai eats it. Mai actually eats the dog food, dude. Like, that's how bad it is in the future, dude. It's fucked. It's fucked. Trunks has these flashbacks of the Cell Saga, which I loved, from the warriors he knew. Talks about how, they're kind of my only hope at this point. Let's go back to the past, see what we can do. So they run off and we see a shot of the city. Again, talk about the animation, just incredible. Just it looks so grim and dark and just, you have got to see this to believe it if you haven't seen it yet. Big whirlwind forms in the sky. Trunks, however, is like, fuck it, I'll fight. Takes out his sword. Black Shadow comes down. Trunks fires a beam from his sword like like Link from Zelda. I thought that was awesome, yo. He just shoots the beam like Link. Black attacks it. Black blocks it, attacks. Trunks blocks it with his sword, lost the sword again. He has a history of losing his sword. Mai runs in, gives him the fuel, and starts firing shots at Black with the shotgun. This is some Resident Evil type shit, yo. Black nails her with a blast. Huge explosion. She flies back, and she's dead. That's right, dead. She died. They killed off 2 characters in this fucking episode, dude. 2. Suddenly, the beam lands. Trunks is really pissed off. We see Black, and it's holy shit. It looks exactly like Goku and talks like Goku. And he says one thing. He says, "Today's the day you die, Saiyan." And that's where the episode ends. I don't even know what to say. Next episode preview, looks like Trunks is going to actually fight Black in the next one, and he's going to make it back to the past, and Kid Trunks is horrified. So we are going to get Kid Trunks meeting future Trunks next week. I can't wait. Dragon Ball Super episode 48 next week. My thoughts, maybe the best episode of Super ever. My favorite, as far as badassness goes, is Goku versus Hit and Champa's first appearance. This one might edge it out because the tone was so dark. It was such a vast tonal shift. Just everybody out there who's been waiting for Dragon Ball to get dark and to get fucking badass, you have got what you wanted. Your dreams have come true. Your dreams have come true, folks. This episode personified darkness. If you liked the ballsy, because this was ballsy, the ballsy shit, this is the episode for you. Let me know your thoughts down below, folks. We have quite the ride to go on. I hope this arc goes on for like 30 fucking episodes or more, dude, because I like what I see so far. And again, the animation, the voice acting, amazing. Thumbs so far up. I have a thumbs up that's so high it's right up my ass. That's how high this thumbs up is. I'll catch y'all down the road.
I've come back from the future to warn you that if you don't subscribe to Geekdom 101, your future is grim.